Hello everyone, this is Dyci again. I've got another video brought to you by Hub.Careers, and today I'm going to answer a question that quite a few people have asked me this past week, and that is, I'm young, I'm broke, how can I travel, how can I work abroad, how can I volunteer abroad and do the things that you have done. So just a very quick background, which I haven't already shared with you viewers, is that I studied in Belize, Argentina, as well as I did a semester in DC, I did a semester in New Mexico. I lived in Munich, Germany, I lived in Italy, and while I was in Europe, I traveled a lot. I never had a very lucrative job of sorts to be able to make all that happen, so I got resourceful and used a couple of different programs. So I'm going to do a series of videos talking about some of those programs. This particular video, I'm only going to talk about one program. It's very near and dear to my heart. And it is a great program for college students as well as anyone that is looking for a career change, because we have to remember that all work is not paid. So just because you don't get paid for something does not mean that you don't get relevant work experience that you can then put on a resume or even talk about in a job interview. This is very career related, and it's a very great program specifically for that, especially as an adult. So the program is called CISV. It started in Cincinnati after World War II. And it is an international peace organization. So every year there are concurrent summer programs. So depending on summer, which hemisphere that might be, sometimes they're in our winter, or sometimes they are, in our summer. Anywho, there are hundreds of these programs that go on across the world, and at each of these programs there are a certain number of people. So there are different programs depending on the age range. So you have 11-year-olds, you have 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 13 and 15 for some programs, 16, 17, 18. There are also adult programs. I'm specifically talking about the programs where adults can volunteer and work as staff members or leaders. So I specifically participated in a program called the Village Program. It is for 11-year-olds, and I took 4 11-year-olds with me from Atlanta, Georgia to Helsinki, Finland, as a village leader is what they're called. And there were 12 other countries, 12 other leaders, as well as the host country and then junior counselors from 6 different countries. So the language of the summer camp is English. So some people do have a better level of English. There's some children and leaders who speak very little English, and they kind of use it as an opportunity to learn English a little bit better during their summer vacation. So the program is great for anyone, like I said, that's in school because it's during the summertime, or someone that is teaching and has the summers off, or for whatever reason, if you're in a career transition, want to take a month off before you figure out what you're going to do. Being a staff member and being a village leader, because you can also be a staff member, which is also something that I've done. In Rome, I was a staff member, and at that point you kind of manage all of the other people that are coming to the camp. So overall, the skills that you're going to gain that are going to be transferable to the work environment are cross-cultural relations for sure, and just problem-solving, conflict resolution. I'm sure you can imagine with 12 to 15 different countries how many misunderstandings can come up, cultural differences, language miscommunications, and you really have to work through it to make sure that the camp continues and goes off without any problems. So the camps tend to run, for the Village program, 28 days. The other programs for different age groups can range between 7 to, I think 28 days is the most. foremost. So while you're there, you're really focusing on teaching the children and planning programs and activities with the other leaders that are centered around diversity, sustainable development, conflict resolution, and community awareness, just kind of peace in general. World peace is kind of the ultimate goal, of course, through education and exposure to other cultures. So I've definitely used my experience as a village leader, as a staff member, in job interviews, because I've worked with personalities that are very different than me. I've had to manage a budget. So as a volunteer staff member or leader, all of your travel is covered. So it's great for young people or anyone who's on a tight budget. Your travel is covered, your housing is covered, all of your meals are covered. All you have to bring is some extra spending money. And the camp is 24/7. You live there, you're with the children and the other staff members and the leaders the entire time. So you're not really exploring much. You do have a couple of days on your own to explore, but the point is that you don't need to bring an exorbitant amount of spending money. So CISV is definitely a really good organization. Like I said, in addition to the planning, the conflict resolution skills, again, we all know it's not what you know, it's who you know. So you're going to meet people literally from all over the world. I have friends now from Jordan, Italy, Germany, the Netherlands, Colombia, Ecuador, Honduras. Everywhere that I can think of. Many of my friends have come as a result of participating in CISV. So if you have some time, and it's not just that summer commitment, you do have to commit to planning and organizing and training. You have to meet the parents of the children, of course, that you're going to be taking with you. You have 4 mandatory meetings. You have a couple of other overnight trainings that you have to participate in. But it's a great opportunity, again, to travel, to see the world, to get some work experience. And just because you're not paid doesn't mean it is not valuable. So that's all I have for this video. If you liked this video, if you have any other questions, let me know. Send me a message, write it in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, Hub.Careers, and make sure you sign up for your own account on the site so that you can interact with other career professionals like me, read some nice articles, and get some ideas for your career transition or your new job if you're coming out of college. Thanks. Have a good one.